Test, test. Testing, testing, 1, 2.
Check one, check one, check one, check one. It's Championship Sunday in the 3C2A for softball. Mount SAC Palomar coming up at noon. Join myself, Mike Cepeda, just joined off Maggie White on the call. Remember, everybody, spread the word. www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch this broadcast live. Also on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Smartphone, tablet, PC, personal computer. You got a Roku, you got an Apple TV, you got an Xbox One, you got the YouTube app, SoCal College Sports 1. Watch us on the big screen.
Hello again and welcome to the 3C2A Softball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We move to Championship Sunday. So happy you've joined us. Jeff Stoynoff, Mike Zapata, the entire SoCal College Sports team here with you. And let's bring in our color commentator as well, Maggie White, head coach, College of the Redwoods. And Maggie, thanks so much again for joining us. And let's start at a good place to discuss an important matchup in the circle.
Yes.
Brianna Wheeler gets the start for the fourth consecutive game for Mount San Antonio College. Amidst all our talk of any number of players that have really had big weekends, made big contributions to their team, perhaps nobody has been more responsible for their team's success than Brianna Wheeler, who has started 3 games, won 2 of them, comes in with an ERA under 2. But the question now against a very good Palomar team, can she keep that up here for one more game at least?
Well, I think when you are in this situation where you have to win or go home kind of deal, I do think that you start with the person that got you there. You stay with Wheeler. She's been dealing all weekend. I don't think you make that change. We'll talk more later about Palomar has gone the exact opposite of that route.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other story and a whole other philosophy that will be instilled. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Allie Hewen in the circle, and we will certainly get to that. But we are underway. A swing and a miss from Kiana Villanueva, leading things off, batting .487 on the season, a home run, 31 runs batted in.
And she's got some speed. She's stolen 17 bases this year.
Wheeler rocks and fires a bunt toward third. Granado on it quickly and over to first to retire Villanueva. The infield has also been, infield and outfield, the defense overall, been outstanding for Mount San Antonio College throughout this weekend. That's a big part of their success. Candace Halliburton in left, Caitlin Felina in center, Vicky Gutierrez in right. We'll get to the infield after that, but fielding has been up and down amongst the teams. We've seen some very good defense. We've also seen some teams have some struggles in some games, and it's definitely cost them. But the Mounties have been very solid,
yes, we've
defensively
seen some,
minimizing mistakes.
We've seen some very uncharacteristic defensive mistakes from a lot of teams here, but Mount SAC, that's why they're in this position.
Fisher launches it to left. The Comets are on the board. Sarah Fisher, the .590 average, home run number 17 on the season. I'm sure we're going to have the replay here in a second. We'll want to take a look at this one
no
again.
Doubter. No
but
doubt.
That one well over the wall in left. Her second home run of the weekend. And it's a ball up in the zone, and she turns on it. Seeing if we could get it. There we go. We'll get a good look at it. Yeah, it just looked a little bit up in the zone on the inner half. And you're not going to want to miss against this particular hitter, and Fisher took full advantage.
I think Sarah Fisher's the best hitter here that we've seen, and I'm impressed with her every game.
Alicia Garcia will be the batter at now, and it's .409. Her average on the season, a home run, 33 runs batted in. Garcia had been getting most of the work in the circle this weekend, started the first 2 games. In fact, started the first 3 games, if my memory is right. And then moved to third base after Hewen came in. She gets the start at third today. Takes the rise, ball high, a ball and a strike.
She started all 4 games, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that they've gone to a pitching change in the last 2.
Unhittable in game 1.
Yes.
Really, for the first 2 games. And
literally.
Then,
I think it was no hits over 5 innings. She did not give up her first hit of the weekend for 7 1/3 innings.
Wow.
Only 2 hits allowed
7
over.
2/3, I believe.
Yeah, in her first 10 innings of work, she only allowed 2 hits and no runs. I want to give you the numbers on Wheeler very quickly. A record of 26-5 on the season, 200 1/3 innings pitched, 201 1/3 innings pitched, 145 hits allowed, 61 walks, 233 strikeouts. Popped up behind home plate, and it's Santiago that has it for out number 2. Bryn Miller due up next. For Wheeler, an ERA of 1.91 on the season. But she trails it here 1-0 after the solo shot by Sarah Fisher moments ago.
Yes, and Wheeler has been great this entire weekend. I'm impressed by her and what she's been able to mix up her speeds. She has about 3 speeds to her, and it makes her tough.
Bryn Miller batting .398 on the season, 2 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Sierra Granado at third base, Carissa Felix the shortstop, Amanda Esquivel at second, Michelle Benales at first. In on the hands, And an easy play for Benalis to retire the side, but not before the Comets take the quick 1-0 lead. Sarah Fisher goes deep, and the Comets lead at 1-0. Mount San Antonio College coming to bat. It's the 3C2A Softball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Heading to the bottom of the first inning, and Palomar on top 1-0. After the home run by Sarah Fisher, Allie Hewen gets the call in the circle with the start today, and we'll get right to Hewen's numbers that are nothing short of unbelievable as Felix gets ready to dig in from the right side. Hewen on the season, the starting shortstop for the most part, makes her 25th appearance in the circle, starting her first game of the season, but the record 3-0 and an ERA of 0. That's right, 0. 48 innings pitched on the season, 9 hits allowed, 11 walks, 70 strikeouts. Nothing short of overwhelming to opposing hitters thus far. But I think the key stat in there, Coach, is first start of the year. So let's see how Hewen does right from the top as she works to Felix. A count now of a ball and a strike.
Coach, you talked about the philosophy of pitchers that get you here.
Right.
And I think Palomar is sticking with that, because if it wasn't for Allie Hewen, they wouldn't be here. She's been lights out throughout the weekend. 0.0 on the year and hasn't allowed a run yet.
Garcia with the peg from third, not in time, and Felix has an infield hit. Well, it was the first inning in the matchup between these two teams yesterday that told the story, as Mount San Antonio College jumped right on Palomar with 5 runs off of Alicia Garcia, and it starts with Felix at the top of the order getting on, and she does that here.
Yes, and I think that there's a lot of philosophy in this, and I did talk to Coach Mark Eldridge, the assistant coach for Palomar, before the game, and asked who he was going to start, because I do think Hewen's been kind of the hot hand right now. But
Bunted on the third base line and foul.
I would venture to say that this is probably the first pitcher in CCCAA history to get a start in a state championship game with only 48 innings under her belt on the season.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a lot of innings. And to have somebody that only has 48 innings as good as this pitcher right here is incredible.
Felina, the batter, batting .336, back to the circle. Hewen over to first. The successful sacrifice gets Felix to second and will bring up Granado, who's batting .385, 5 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Well, the first question I think that comes to mind, and what will be interesting as this game develops, is will Mount San Antonio College, maybe the second or potentially third time through the order, start to pick up on what Allie Hewen brings to the table? Obviously, 24 appearances, 48 innings.
Yeah, I don't think that Hewen will throw the third time through the order unless she's got, really dealing. I think that they're going to go by committee for this game. That's because if they do win the game, they have to play another one. I think you're just going to kind of piecemeal it. They have 3 great pitchers. I think one of them got hurt yesterday.
Yeah, Delorier, and she was favoring her pitching arm.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's in the lineup at first base, but whether or not she's available in the circle is another question entirely. Kylie Pignone in left, McKenna Crawford in center, Sarah Fisher in right. The infield from third to first, Alicia Garcia, Jordan Latner, Jillian Zamora, and Crystal Delorier. The battery, Bryn Miller behind the plate, and Allie Hewen in the circle. Here's the 1-1. Granado swings and drives it to center. Crawford on the track and has the catch. So Granado gives it a ride, but to the deepest part of the park. It's a long fly out, 2 down. Felix still at second, and Michelle Benales coming to the plate.
It's a great at-bat by Granado, though.
Granado with 5 home runs on the year, nearly had her 6th.
Right. Just a solid at-bat. That's all you're asking for these athletes.
Benales batting .358 on the season, 6 home runs, 26 runs batted in. First pitch in there for a strike from Hewitt. Well, how likely is it that the Mount San Antonio hitters are aware of Hewen's numbers at the very least coming in this, and the success that she...
100% likely.
And is there a...
We all have access to the same information that we're getting.
Does that
it's
make
100% likely that Mount SAC has looked at this information that
Also-
we're looking at.
Also 100% that Ruby Rojas says that doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
yes.
That's what I'm
she's not-
getting at.
yeah.
Is that something they'll endeavor to put out of their minds and as they go to work?
I would make her work. As if I were Ruby Rojas, I would make Hewen work. She hasn't had a lot of innings. More innings she has. She hasn't been in this situation all season. And that's not to say she hasn't in her life. She's probably thrown travel ball and high school ball and all that stuff. But
Here's the 1-2 popped up. Garcia under it and has it to retire the side. The Mounties put one in scoring position, but no runs across. No runs, 1 hit. No errors, 1 left on base. We're through 1 inning on Championship Sunday. 1-0 Palomar on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the second inning from Mount San Antonio College. The 2018 3C2A Softball Championship on the line. Championship Sunday. Jeff Stoinoff, Mike Zepeda, College of the Redwoods head coach Maggie White here with you. So happy you've joined us.
thank you for having me. I have to say I was very impressed last night. I went and watched the game from our phone while we were out to dinner, and
Delorier fouls this one back out of play.
I'm impressed with the work that SoCal College Sports does, but I'm also impressed with the CCCAA for upping their game by getting you guys to do the games, because it is a really good coverage that all of these athletes will be able to look back on and watch, and it's amazing. So good job, guys.
Well, thank you so much for that, Delorier. Fly ball to center, playable for Felina.
Good job by Wheeler getting in on the hands there.
That'll bring up Pignone.
Pretty frightening. She gets in on the hands there, and it still gets that far out to center
Well,
field.
I kind of question how injured Delorier is
Yeah.
at this point too. We just don't know. She's playing tough, and that you can't tell, by looking. But I'm wondering
Well,
inside.
the common theme throughout the weekend has been grit for all teams. You think about Cypress, who the defending state champs, who were dispatched last night by Palomar, and they were ahead 6-1. Palomar
was
comes all the way back.
unbelievable.
Just an incredible performance by them.
There's been some great games here at this
Yeah,
tournament,
really have.
and I've been
High
impressed.
drama and
Yes,
amazing
and
plays at critical moments.
uncharacteristic mistakes that you're
Yeah.
just like, what happened? And
Pignone batting .445 on the season. A home run, 34 runs batted in. Rise ball, high and away. A ball and a strike the count.
That's the thing. You lose focus in this game for a second, and things will happen that you wouldn't believe. And so, these games are long. You have to stay focused.
Here's the pitch. Pignone on the ground to second. Esquivel with a little trouble, but gathers and gets Pignone at first.
That's great composure from Esquivel. She didn't handle that cleanly, but has her wits about her enough to throw it over to first in time for the out.
Yeah, the main thing is at second base is to knock it down. You do have time to make a mistake and make up for it. Over at third and short, not so much.
Yeah.
But knock it down, make the play.
That'll bring up Hewen, batting .400 on the season. No home runs, 33 runs batted in. Wheeler's first offering, rise ball high.
Allie Hewen making a case for MVP of the tournament.
And making a case for athlete of the year.
Yeah.
Just pure athletic ability. I play short, I pitch, I hit well.
On the ground to second and past the diving Esquivel.
Right on cue.
Base hit for Hewen.
Exactly right.
Yeah, you don't run into too many players that bat .400 and have an ERA of 0. It's a statistical combination that you don't see a lot.
Stoy, you sold her short 0.0.
And plays shortstop when she doesn't pitch. I don't know if you guys know this.
Yeah,
That's
no.
usually your best athlete.
Really, yeah, really good range.
Yes, amazing
Jordan
shortstop,
Ladner,
so.
the batter, batting .347. No home runs, 10 runs batted in. Hewen at first, 17 steals on the season.
Ooh.
Without being caught. Ball and no strikes, the count on Ladner. Moves into the lineup with Hewen moving into the circle. Garcia over to third.
Right. I would guess that if Kraft sends Hewen, it will be with a longer count.
Fouled away. Count evened up at a ball and a strike.
Wait till they're deep in the count. Even sometimes with 2 strikes, it's good because there's 2 outs. If the ball hit in the gap, you could score. And if she strikes out, it doesn't matter anyway. So it's a good time to send her.
Wheeler ready. Rocks and fires. The 1-1 is low. 2 balls and a strike on Ladner.
It doesn't look like she's interested in advancing to the next base, but you never know.
Well, Ladner came on and had a big hit in the comeback yesterday against Cypress. Down. Well, she's a little bit confused on the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. You got another chance, Jordan.
That's so embarrassing. Every player's done that before. It's so embarrassing.
It just shows that she's locked in.
Well,
Not worried about these these trivialities like the count. She's
the silly count.
zoning in on the ball.
Now's a good time to go, though.
Here's the 2-2. Hewen not going, and it's fouled off. Good hands from Lacey Kraft down there.
Yeah, Lacey
Not
Kraft
that you expect anything else. I suppose.
Exactly. She's superstar over there.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Ladner.
She does a lot for our association, our coaches association, too, and we appreciate it.
Hewen so far hasn't gone. There she goes. Ladner down on strikes. Wheeler pulls the string. That'll retire the side in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the second. Palomar on top of Mount San Antonio College here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And spread the word, everybody. If you have friends or family that couldn't make it to today's game, let them know that they can watch all of our broadcasts live and archived on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com and our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And if you have a shout-out you'd like to get on the air for one of your favorite teams or players, tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO. That's SPO. Back in a moment.
Heading to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Palomar on top. Allie Hewen back in the circle, 1 inning under her belt here after getting the start. We've talked about the numbers. Hewen now up to 49 innings, scoreless, and Maggie White, you've had a little time to watch her now this weekend, and what is it that you see here that would really account for just how effective she's been?
Well, I see a lot of movement on the ball, and I think that she also has pretty good control. She likes to keep it, she plays more of the in and out game, and she definitely has a really good idea of what she wants to do. She also has an amazing defense behind her that I think has been extremely helpful in that 0.00
Yeah,
ERA
tops
as well.
in the 3C2A in terms of fielding percentage coming in was Palomar. They did have a couple of uncharacteristic errors in Game 1 versus Mount SAC yesterday.
Michelle,
Yes, that was unbelievable. The 5-run first inning was, I think everybody was kind of shocked, and I think Palomar was shocked. I don't know how much they've been challenged this year. I haven't looked at the games that they were, how many games were close that they played.
Before the game versus Mount SAC yesterday, 7 of their last 10 wins were mercy rule wins.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you get challenged early in the game like that, sometimes it's, well, wait, we're not used to this.
That's a bully getting hit in the mouth right there.
Yeah, exactly. And so.
But think about now how they responded in the third game yesterday, down 6-1.
Oh, man.
And it got hit in the mouth again, and that time
right, and it was looking,
got back up and got the win.
Yeah, it was looking like the same thing was going to happen, and then they fought back, which was great.
The 2-2 to Santiago, low. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Michelle Santiago, who's having a monster weekend. Comes in batting .384, 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Both of those 2 home runs this weekend. So coming up big at the right time. And she had the 2-run home run in the 2-1 victory against the Loney. Otherwise, the Mounties very well might have been playing out of the losers bracket.
Right, that was a great game that Coach Marshall had a great plan against Mount SAC in the first game. But what I've noticed with Mount SAC is they've gotten better and better with each game since then.
Yeah, Hewen, only the 12th walk issued this year.
For the second inning in a row, she puts the leadoff hitter aboard, this time with a leadoff walk. And, no matter what you're talking about here, how much can you afford to get away with continually putting the leadoff runner aboard?
Well, I think that's what Coach Eldridge is out on the mound saying right now. Talking strategy about how you make sure that you minimize things. Remember, they're probably going to bunt. Anytime that you get the out, you're a third of the way done with the inning. So you're 33% done. Now you just need to plug along and get outs. They're coming up on the bottom of their lineup. He's probably giving them a little bit of a scout on what the plan is with those batters as well. And it is not something in the plan of any coach to walk the leadoff batter of an inning. So.
Candace Halliburton due up next. She's batting .371 on the season, a home run, 19 runs batted in. Halliburton with very good speed, 17 stolen bases. So a dangerous situation for the commentators. Halliburton, you would have to expect, going to look to lay one down.
Yes.
She's no easy out at first if she does get one down. Down the first base line, and they do get her at first. Great job by Delorier getting on that ball quickly and getting it over to Zamora covering. Santiago advances to second, and that'll bring up Vicky Gutierrez.
Halliburton made the bunting game look extremely easy there. It's exactly what she's supposed to do. It's an unselfish approach to the game when you give up your at-bat for your team.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she did.
One thing I do notice about Allie Hewen is she does a pretty good job keeping the ball down. And in that situation, it might have worked a little bit for the Mounties, a little bit easier to handle a ball a little bit down in the zone. I think she got one there more around the knees, and she was able to put that one down.
It is easier to bunt the low pitch than the high pitch, obviously. So, but that's, you don't want to change your game or try to throw a pitch that you're not used to throwing. You have to stick with what you get.
Coach,
what gets you there.
I noticed after that play, after the throw, Delorier was shaking her arm. That's her pitching arm.
Yep.
And you wonder what type of a factor. The end result looked pretty good there, but what type of an injury, as you alluded to earlier, is she playing with or through right now?
Exactly. You see her doing it right now. She's just playing tough. She's being a tough kid right now.
I think we'd be very surprised if we saw Crystal Delorier in the circle today.
Sure.
I don't think we will.
High heat. Gutierrez swings and misses, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, if memory serves, Audrey Braun was pitching in the bullpen warming up yesterday as a contingency for the Comets.
Right. And Audrey Braun. We haven't seen her yet, but she's probably a pretty good pitcher.
That one off the glove of Miller. Santiago advances to third, so the tying run at third, still only one out. And now for Gutierrez, a real opportunity.
And that's a wild pitch or a pass
It was
ball.
high up in the zone.
I don't know.
It's a tough call. I would lean toward a pass ball on that one. I think that Bryn Miller
I'm leaning.
might have been able to come up with that one. But
To me, a pass ball is one that's really easy to catch, and you just lost focus.
okay.
This one, should she have caught it? Yes. Is it a pass ball? I don't know.
Got a 50-50 there.
Right. It's not up to us, though.
Gutierrez
Oh,
lifts
man.
it to left, but shallow. Pignone moving in, and Santiago no chance, so she'll stay at third. 2 down, and Amanda Esquivel coming to the plate. It was Esquivel who struck the big blow in the victory for the Mounties yesterday. A bases-clearing double, bringing home 3 runs and making it a 5-0 lead.
That was a great pitch
for
by
the
Hewen.
Mounties.
Hewen got exactly what she needed there, a pop-up to where the runner on third couldn't score.
Here's the pitch from Hewen, just outside. Esquivel on the season, batting .281, a home run, 18 runs batted in.
And the hardest pitch to hit out of the yard is the low and away. And Hewen seems to have that area of the zone dialed in.
Here's the 1-0, rise ball high. Adriana Ramirez, the designated player, waits on deck if Esquivel can keep it alive here in the bottom of the second. Palomar on the strength of a Sarah Fisher home run with the 1-0 lead. Off the end of the bat, sinking and falls in for a base hit. We're tied at 1. Esquivel continues to bedevil the Comets. This time it's an RBI single. And a tie ball game at 1. And, well, I suppose we have to make note of the fact that that's an earned run given
Yes,
given
it
up
is.
by Allie Hewen. And
Unless they give that a pass ball.
What a
and
rare-
then it's not an earned run.
interesting question.
However, did you see how close Fisher made the play at first base? It looked like
got on that ball
it
quickly.
was
And
closer than
It should have been.
expected to be.
I'm over
Yes.
here calling it a base hit.
Yes.
Again,
Well, I knew it was
getting
gonna be a
ahead of
base hit
myself,
too,
and,
but she
but,
came up firing. She did, it was perfect. But how she played it, there's not much you can do.
well, if you're Esquivel, just dropped it in there perfectly and tied this ball game at 1. And I suspect Mike Cepeda is going to find out what the official
of course,
scoring
that's
is.
what Mike Cepeda is going to do.
He's his attention to detail unsurpassed.
Yes.
A ball and a strike on
Yes, it
Adriana
is.
Ramirez.
Like I said, you guys do a great job. Keep it up. I'm going to look forward to watching more in SoCal college sports.
Well,
Now we need a no
hopefully
count.
we're back again and again. 284, the average for Ramirez, a home run, 16 runs batted in.
We need a no-cow college sports. How's that? You guys want to open up another branch up there?
That's right. Yeah. I'll tell you, that brain never stops working, Coach.
I'm
You're,
telling you.
You're thinking out there.
Like, why does
I like where your
SoCal
head's
get all
at.
the love? Why can't no-cow get the love?
Here's the 2-1 to Ramirez. And the count now 3 balls and a strike. And Hewen now well behind Ramirez. And
she's a
Carissa
9
Felix,
batter.
the top of the order, due up next.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
when you got the 9 batter, I've never heard a coach say, hey, why don't you walk the 9 batter to get to the 1 batter?
Yeah.
It's not something you hear ever. Oh, man.
That one misses low. So the walk to Ramirez, and the Mounties still going here in the second. 2 on, 2 out, and here comes Carissa Felix.
Word from the booth, wild pitch.
Okay, so earned run.
Earned run.
Yep. So they agreed with my analogy of what
Breaking
should have
news
happened.
here as Allie Hewen's 0.0 no longer. Still pretty good.
Yeah,
Yes.
still working on about 50 innings here of 1-run ball. But she's got a situation here. It's a tie ball game, and the go-ahead run in scoring position with Felix at the plate. Rise ball outside.
I think that makes it around a .2. I'm rounding. But about around a .2 ERA. I don't know.
.18.
Okay.
If she gets the out here.
Look at me. I'm no mathematician or anything, but that was in my head.
Fortunately, he is.
I could have been. I just chose not to be.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'd
The
rather do
1-0 to
this.
Felix. Still trying to work that outside corner, and that time gets it. So a ball and a strike. And I think Hewen right now battling herself a little bit in the circle as well in her body language. I think she's
Well, now she's coming through the second time through. If she can make it through these top 4, they may look to bring in Garcia.
bouncing ball to short. Ladner goes to second to retire the side, but not before the Mounties tie it up. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We head to the 3rd inning. We're tied at 1. Brand new ball game here at the softball championships in the 3C2A. Top of the 3rd inning, tied at 1. Championship Sunday here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Palomar and Mount San Antonio College. It's the Mounties, 1 win away. And the Comets trying to force a Game 15, a 1-game decider in the 3C2A softball championship. Jillian Zamora, the batter. No balls and a strike the count. It'll be Zamora and then the top of the order, Villanueva and Fisher. No balls and 2 strikes.
And trying to slap, and the slapping game has changed in the NC2A this year. It's kind of controversial, like the obstruction call, where they can't step out of the box, and it's kind of hurting the slappers in the middle of the in the river of the area there.
Wheeler's rise ball outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes on Zamora, a .336 hitter on the season, no home runs, 23 runs batted in.
I still don't know how the umpire is supposed to see where their foot is and see the ball and see where the pitcher's foot is when she lands at the same time. And call
Foul tip, but held by Santiago, so the strikeout for Zamora. That's the 2nd straight strikeout for Wheeler. Well, if you got a lot of slap hitters on the team, are they going to sort of cagily try to surreptitiously wipe out that front line?
No, it's the middle line that's the problem. It's not the front line. You can't even have your foot touch over that middle line. Used to be you could be on the line and it was fine. Now if your toe is over, you're out.
Huh.
Big swing and a miss from Villanueva on the off-speed pitch from Wheeler.
Wheeler dealing right now.
Great pitch.
Her off-speed is a thing of beauty right now. And after saying that and seeing the off-speed, do you expect any fastballs to be thrown to Sarah Fisher, who was on deck?
That one hits Villanueva on the arm, so a runner on, and here comes Fisher.
Here's who I would not do. I would not allow Sarah Fisher to beat me.
Yeah, you know what?
I would allow the other 8 players because they're all good players, but I would not. You don't want to let LeBron James or Michael Jordan. You take them out of the equation, and then you let the other players beat.
Coach, I completely agree with you there. At this point, you're almost thinking Sarah Fisher might need to receive the Barry Bonds treatment if you're a Mount SAC follower. So
intentionally walk her with her runner on first. Well, here's
I don't
part
think
of
you intentionally. It's an unintentional intentional walk. If that makes any sense.
You're doing what's best for the team at that point.
Yes.
Here's the danger of Sarah Fisher, and we made this point earlier in the weekend. There might be a temptation to try and get ahead of her in the count at least, where you might be able to then get her to chase something. But she's so aggressive early in the count. She's so good at going after the first pitch or two.
That would be
she goes up there.
My intention.
Yeah, and so that's not going to be an effective strategy at all. So she really puts you in a situation where she's often working.
You throw junk to start, and if she swings at junk, and now you may think about going after her.
Working with a hitter's count, off speed, catches the outside corner. So Wheeler indeed gets ahead, no balls and a strike.
I consider that pitch junk.
Yeah.
So that was a great pitch.
You can hardly place it any better on the outside corner.
You just don't want to throw her anything great.
Goes to the fastball, and it's outside, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, Fisher's not a player you want to bust in on the hands because she's got the bat speed to turn on it and put you in a hurt.
Yeah, if you go in and down.
Even then, I think she's crushed one out of here on one of those pitches.
True, but you can't go out the whole time, or else she's looking out. Now she has an advantage.
Right.
Two balls and a strike. And
you have to kind of move that around.
Seen her go to right center for a few hits this weekend, and she does such a good job on a ball out over that outside corner of not trying to turn on it and pull everything. Bouncing ball in the hole. Felix with no play. So it's going to be a base hit for Fisher, and a good job by Villanueva. A good break on the bouncing ball, and she was at second. Nowhere for Felix to go with that ball.
And how about a shout out to Carissa Felix there? All-state selection at shortstop. Didn't make a throw that could have gotten them into trouble. So didn't make a play, but sometimes less is more. Yeah.
She had no play. It was a base hit as soon as it chopped up and stayed in the air a while.
A lot of times we've seen at this weekend, you see miscues there with somebody trying to press and force. Good composure there from Felix that time.
Garcia takes a rise ball high, a ball and no strikes. The Comets in business here. Runners at first and second, only one out. Tied at 1. And Wheeler, who with the exception of the solo shot from Fisher, had been pretty sharp starting. But she's in a bit of a jam here as she works in the third. Inside corner called strike 1.
That was a great pitch right there, too. Jamming her in a little bit. You don't want her to look on one side in particular every time. You have to be able to mix that up. Garcia's just a great athlete. I think if we were running a draft, she'd be the first pick of the draft.
Garcia popped out in foul territory her first time up. Now she's down a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, she got a cousin, I believe, at UCLA.
Yes.
Took the loss yesterday, but yeah, that's pretty good.
Garcia UCLA is really good.
UCLA went down to Fulton yesterday.
They did, but they still have today.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. But great job for Kelly Ford, Mount SAC
1 and
coach.
2 fouled away.
Back where most of those banners were Kelly Ford as the head coach, and here at Mount SAC, and now she's at Fullerton, and she's doing great. I'm very proud of her, what she's done. But we'll see what happens today. There's a lot of ball left. I got tickets to the Oregon matchup next week.
Is that right?
I'm excited about that, yeah.
The 1-2 to Garcia. Called strike 3.
Great pitch.
Third strikeout of the afternoon for Brianna Wheeler.
Just froze her up.
Only the 5th strikeout on the year for Garcia, and that tells you that Wheeler has it going right now. She might be in a jam first and second.
Actually, what it tells me is that Garcia does not think that was a strike. That's what it tells me. It doesn't matter if it isn't. Obviously, it is a strike because they call it a strike, but she didn't think so.
First pitch to Bryn Miller, who's 0 for 4 against the Mounties so far this weekend. But an opportunity here with a runner in scoring position, 2 on, 2 out. And the count now a ball and no strikes.
Body language with Garcia coming off didn't really tell me that she was being defiant. I think she agreed. I think
just froze her up. Yeah.
Lifted to left, Halliburton on the run, and she's there. The Comets threaten, but come up empty. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left on base. We head to the bottom of the third in the 3C2A softball championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Heading to the bottom of the third, 1-1, Mount San Antonio College and Palomar. You're on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Playing for the 3C2A softball championship here in 2018. Caitlin Felina, Ciara Granado, Michelle Benalis, 2-3-4 in the order, due up against Allie Hewen. Getting her first start of the season. Line drive, base hit for Felina. Third inning in a row that the Mounties have put the leadoff hitter aboard. Last inning they got the run, and now Felina at first and Granado coming to the plate.
And it will be interesting to see how long Palomar goes with Hewen on the mound as they're going through the second time in the lineup. She's generally a closer. She's not someone who sees the same hitters over and over again in a game. She sees them once and she's done. So
this was the calculated risk for Palomar, and going with Hewen, who had been so very dominating all season, but so far the Mounties having as much success as anyone so far against Allie Hewen, and they have a runner at first. Nobody out, 1 ball and no strikes. The count on Granado, she flied out to center her first time up.
And then
you got in for a strike.
You got to wonder if they're thinking bunt with their number 3 power hitter up. This is the
Felina with 13 steals on the season, but she's been caught 4 times.
This is where I struggle deciding when to bunt or not on this situation right here.
Line drive down the line. It's in there for a base hit. Could be 2, and it will be. Felina rounding second. She'll head to third. A double for Granado, and the Mounties are rolling here in the third. Runners at second and third. Nobody out. Taking a look at the replay, and Granado not fooled at all.
Crushed it.
On this one, turns on it and rips it down the line. Pignone gets over and manages to hold Felina at third, but runners at second and third. Benalis coming to the plate, and the Mounties continue to hit Allie Hewen hard.
And now you have a lot of ways to score with runners in scoring position like that.
And the comments,
no outs, and pretty much anything in play that hits the grass is a run.
They sense the urgency, I think, in this situation that runs at a premium. They're in very quickly at all 4 positions, and
right, I was
try
surprised
and cut down
to
a run
see,
at the plate. And the way that Brianna Wheeler has pitched, you don't know really just how many runs you're going to be able to put on the board.
And a big part of that is the speed of the runner on third. Now that draws you in even more, and then that makes every little base, every little ball that would be a normal ground ball harder to get. And so it's just a tough situation for Palomar right now.
So the Comets huddling up and find themselves in imminent danger of trailing in this game after they took the early lead. But the Mounties came back with a single run in the second, and now a huge potential scoring chance here in the bottom of the third.
I have to believe that Garcia was warming up in the pen in between. I didn't look down there and see, but she's playing. Well, one of the problems, she's playing third base. She can't be in the pen warming up.
Right. Well, that's true.
So she has to, make sure she stays warm in between.
But almost assuredly, it would be Garcia if a change was made. A ball and no strikes. The count now on Benalis, and especially in the last couple of innings, Hewen unable to get ahead of these Mountie hitters, and it's like the Mountie hitters taking advantage of some hitters' counts. 1-0, popped up, but out of play. Into the good-sized crowd here on Championship Sunday.
Yes, very nice crowd here.
You'd expect a good
it
crowd,
helps,
considering that in an 8-team format, the Championship Sunday would feature the home team for the host school.
Yeah,
I don't know how
they
often
travel well here, right?
They travel right out of their beds.
They travel well. They 0 miles to all the way here to
I wonder
Mount
how
San
often
Antonio
this
College.
gets to happen where you're hosting and you're.
Here's the 1-1, well outside. 2 balls and a strike on Benalis. Benalis looking for her first hit against Palomar on the weekend. She's 0 for 3 with a walk.
And I have to say, Mount SAC's done a good job with hosting this event this weekend.
It's been a tremendous weekend.
It's a tremendous amount of work.
We have so many people to thank for really helping us to feel
Debbie
so comfortable here, and
Kenny Walter,
whatever we have needed
they've been great
to do what we do, and we're so appreciative of that, of course.
We want them to do it again next year, but we'll see.
Benalis,
they're on the fence.
Ahead in the count. Here's the 3-1. Goes after the rise ball and fouls it away. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Do you know what other sites are being considered?
No. Well,
Back to Bakersfield, or
no.
I don't think they can. I don't know if they have the capacity for.
Well, they need the 2
18,
fields
yeah, you
for
need
the
2 fields,
8-team format.
Right. There's a few places, but nothing for anybody who's really
Payoff
gung-ho
pitch
wants
to
do it.
Benalis is outside.
And we don't
Now
know
they're
if,
loaded with nobody out.
we don't know if that was on purpose, but not on purpose kind of walk.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Now you get your short and your second baseman can play back.
It's the 3rd walk issued in 2+ innings for Allie Hewen.
So right now, shortstop and second base for Palomar, they're giving you the run if you hit a ground ball, but they're going to try to turn 2.
Day 4 of this championship here in 2018. The first 2 days featured home runs by Santiago.
Hewen deals, and it's a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, Hewen came in averaging over 10 strikeouts per 7 innings. She doesn't have one yet today.
7-1.
And for the Comets, that would be huge. But she's behind to Santiago. A ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. In on the hands. It's a sinker in left, but Pignone has the catch. The runner will tag and score. Great job by Polina. Sliding under the tag. Santiago with another RBI, her 7th on the weekend. And the Mounties have a 2-1 lead. Runner still at first and second. Now 1 out.
That was a great throw home, actually. And
Yeah, Pignone.
I did not think
right
she...
on the mark with the throw.
So now, Coach Kraft, this is my guess. She's going out to make sure she didn't leave third early.
Can we bring it back a little bit more? No, that's it. Okay.
That was good strength from Santiago as well. That looked like a ball that jammed her a little bit, but she muscled it out there. And Pignone gets the good throw, but not in time. Felina with the good speed scores from third, and it's 2-1. Mount San Antonio College out in front. They're 3-0 on the weekend. If they win it here in this one, they're the 2018 champions in the 3C2A.
In the first year hosting.
Well, if they take it down, then everybody's going to want to host.
I doubt it. It's a lot of work. I don't know but you have to have the facility, and only a few places do.
Here's the pitch to Halliburton, low and outside. A ball and no strikes.
Looks like Hewen's a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, you just have the sense that it's been a struggle. She's fighting herself a little bit out there, trying to get into some kind of groove, and the Mountie hitters are not making it easy by any stretch. The ball outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Was it 6-1 yesterday? Palomar came back from versus Cyprus.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yep.
So no lead is safe against this team.
No, not at all. And 2-1 is really...
As you would say, Michael, the slimmest of margins.
I stole that.
Off-speed pitch in there for a strike.
You stole it from what?
Credit to. I don't even know if I know their name. I heard it somewhere. I liked it, so I'm using it.
Okay. Jeez.
On the ground to short. They'll go to third for the force out. So good job, Ladner, going to Garcia to get Granado at third. 2 down, runners now at first and second. Benalis at second, Halliburton now at first, and Gutierrez coming to the plate. She flied out to left, her first time up.
Garcia did a good job of not getting baited and going for that ball. She has to know the range of her shortstop and has to know should she go for it or not. She has to get back to the base if she doesn't.
Yeah, Ladner not the everyday shortstop with Hewen in the circle, but a good glove at short. This one in foul territory, but Pignone has time and has it to retire the side, but the Mounties take the lead 2-1, 1 run on 2 hits. We head to the fourth. Mount San Antonio College with the 2-1 lead on SoCalCollegeSports.com. welcome you back to the 3C2A Softball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Brianna Wheeler back in the circle now with a 2-1 lead. And she works to Delorier with a rise ball for a strike, no balls and a strike.
Working ahead in the count, which she's done a really good job of this game.
High fly ball, Felina ranging right, and she's got it for out number 1.
Almost a replay of at-bat number 1 for Delorier.
Yep. Kylie Pignone next up. She grounded to second her last time up. Pignone 1 for 4 against the Mounties here on the weekend.
And ground out to the second baseman last time, who bobbled it but then had time to make the play.
Here's the pitch from Wheeler, off speed into left field, a base hit. So Pignone continues to deliver. Well, now I got to count it up a little bit.
Doing some math. We should have access to this right on the
Now
screen.
9 for 16 on the weekend is Kylie Pignone, and amidst all our talk of Allie Hewen and Sarah Fisher and the number of outstanding players for the Comets, how about Kylie Pignone just quietly going about it,
too.
playing great in left field,
yes.
and 9 hits on the weekend. A bunt back to the circle. Wheeler going to go to first to retire Hewitt. Pignone in scoring position at second, 2 down, and Jordan Ladner coming to the plate.
And for us, we finally got Pignone's name right on day 4.
Well, you know,
That's about our arc. Listen, we're better on day 4 than we are on day 1.
Hey, you know what?
I'd like to
what we're
think
trying
so.
to do.
I'd like to think you're better.
I always like to say, we're getting better.
Hey, as soon as you think you know it all and you're as good as you're going to get, that's when things start to decline.
It's so true.
I wouldn't worry about that. Popped up behind third. Granado in foul territory has it to retire the side. Wheeler through another frame. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. Mount San Antonio College leading it 2-1 on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And spread the word, everybody. If you have friends or family that want to watch this game after it's all ended, you can do so on our website at www.socalcollegesports.com or our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. And if you'd like a shout out on the air for your favorite team or player, be sure to tweet that to us at SoCal College SPO, S-P-O. Back in a moment.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Mount San Antonio College on top of Palomar 2-1 in the 3C2A Softball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Amanda Esquivel set to lead things off against Allie Hewen. First pitch, fly ball to left. Easy play for Pignone for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Hewen here in the bottom of the 4th. That'll bring up Ramirez. She walked her last time up. Ramirez taking a little extra time. Now we're ready to go. Ramirez takes the first pitch for a strike. Ramirez, the designated player. One for 7 on the weekend with a couple of walks. And the off-speed pitch high.
I have to say, I'm surprised that Hewen's still in the game. I thought this would be a pitch by committee. This is now, after Ramirez, this will be her second time through the lineup.
Yeah,
Let's see what
Ramirez, and then
happens.
the top of the order. Felix up next. Is that one just outside? 2 balls and a strike. Well, we've talked about with Delorier perhaps being an injury consideration. You consider the possibility of depth here, though Garcia, as the regular starter, you would think has the ability to finish this game and go next game potentially, if necessary. And of course, you can always come back with Hewen. Fly ball, right center, playable for Crawford. 2 down. Hewen now set down 5 in a row.
Nice play by Crawford. Her speed really was key there. When balls hit high in the air, sometimes you have a tendency to float with the flight of the ball. She was just sprinting, got underneath it, made the play look easy.
I'll tell you, the fielding has been very good. Obviously, a number of highlight reel plays, but center field is a really strong position. We have seen some players out
Some
there in
great
center
center
field that
fielders
can
here,
really
you're
go
right.
and get the ball, and Crawford, chief among them, but a few of the center fielders here have really shown unbelievable
I think
range.
these pitchers in this tournament need to give props to their center fielders because they have saved them so many times.
1 ball, no strikes. The count on Felix. She's 1 for 2. A single in the first, and reached on a fielder's choice in the second. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count. Third time through the order now for the Mounties, and certainly not just with the lead, but this is what you would have been hoping for, I imagine, if you're Mount San Antonio College, is in the 4th inning to be starting a third time through against Allie Hewen.
Yeah, making her work, exactly.
Here's the 1-1, laced to center, but playable for Crawford. Felix hits it hard, but right at Crawford. 3 up, 3 down. We're through 4. Mount San Antonio College with the 2-1 lead on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Top of the 5th inning from Mount San Antonio College. 2-1, the Mounties with the lead over Palomar College. The 3C2A softball championship on the line. If the Mounties can finish off these 3 innings, they are the 2018 champions. Palomar needs a win here, and then they go right back to it 45 minutes later in a 1-game decider.
Well, Palomar they're coming up on their 3rd time through the lineup now, so we'll see what they can do.
Zamora struck out her first time up.
Zamora up, and
Wheeler kicks and deals, and it's outside, a ball and no strikes.
the crowd calling her Jill the Thrill. I hear this here, and made me think of one of my favorite players, Will the Thrill.
Will Clark.
Yep, from the Giants.
I've learned to forgive Will Clark for the way that he torched the Cubs in 1989 in the playoffs. It's all right, Will.
1989.
Yeah, like-
The earthquake year.
I believe he was the one who hit over 600 in the series,
Oh,
and
yes.
Grace hit about 580. It might be the other way around, but
Tore it up.
it's okay. I was always a big fan, though. How can you not love watching him hit?
Oh, so intense and super focused and all those qualities that you like in a player.
2 balls and a strike the count on Zamora.
Cubs fan, huh?
Grew up in Chicago. No choice.
Congratulations.
Born
for
into it.
Finally getting a championship.
I am still basking in the glow. Who
Yeah,
am I kidding?
you should be.
I'm still in shock.
You should be, because you didn't know if it was going to happen in your lifetime. or not,
like
so.
all of us who watched him all of our lives, I
Yeah.
was quite convinced it was never going to happen.
Yeah, the Red Sox felt the same way. You're right. Right.
2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Zamora. To be Zamora, and then the top of the order. Villanueva and Sarah Fisher due up 3rd. Wheeler ready. Here's the 2-2. High and outside.
That was a great pitch by Wheeler. Trying to get her to bite on that. It's a tough pitch to take when you have 2 strikes on you. Very tough pitch.
Here's the payoff pitch to Zamora. Foul ball just over the head of Granado, so Zamora's still alive. She has had her struggles against Brianna Wheeler. Still hitless in 4 at-bats. Big pitch here potentially if Comets can get Zamora on board with the top of the order coming up.
That'd be huge.
The pressure on Wheeler. Here's the payoff pitch. Missed it. Zamora gets the leadoff walk.
That's the second time this game that the number 9 batter has walked to reach base. And again, I don't ever hear a coach say, hey, why don't you walk 9 to get to 1?
That's what we need to be successful. First time in the game that Wheeler has put the leadoff runner on base for the Comets. So we'll see how Brianna Wheeler goes to work on Villanueva, who squares to bunt but pops it in the air. Santiago right there. A big out, getting Villanueva trying to lay down the sacrifice bunt. That'll bring up Fisher. Zamora still at first, 1 down. Fisher's perfect. 2 for 2 on the day, a home run and a single. She's 9 for 14 on the weekend now.
What a tough deal there for Palomar when you have your opportunity. And I still think, though, if they bunted her over and was successful, they would walk Fisher.
For sure. First base
most
open.
likely so now they have a chance to maybe get her to fish a little bit. Get that?
Uh-huh.
And,
We saw what you did there.
I would not throw anything really great to her, but she does like to swing the bat. She's an aggressive hitter, so you want to go after her, out of the zone and see if you can get her to bite on something.
I just want to give a quick correction. 10 for 14 on the weekend for
Sarah
Fisher, as I counted up.
She's just hitting like she does. So that's her average.
So
that's just what she does. I mean, yeah, so what? Yeah, I do that
true.
every day.
Here's the scary thought. Her average has gone down.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
No, it's gone up a little bit. 7-14 for the weekend. But her average has only gone up a little, which is kind of scary.
Coach, talked about leadoff walks and how often they often result in scored runs.
80%, I think.
On the ground. Terrific play by Esquivel, but everybody's safe. She tried to go to second, couldn't quite get the ball out of her glove, and that gave Fisher, or I should say gave Zamora just an extra fraction of a step, and she makes it in safely. But what a stop by
Great
Esquivel
play.
to even get to that ball. They're going to call it a base hit.
I wondered about that. That was a great play by Esquivel, but it was hit hard. And again, she's early in the count. She's swinging the bat. You don't want to throw her anything to square up on.
Well, it's potentially a huge play. Zamora might have been able to get to third
she
on a
would've.
ball that gets to the outfield. Now she's at second with 1 down,
Which gives you the force at any base.
and that brings up Garcia, 0 for 2 today. Garcia, as good as she's been in the circle, has struggled with the bat so far this weekend. 2 for 12, but an opportunity here with a couple of base runners and only 1 out. Ripped toward the Mountie dugout, and
It hit her.
that's why the netting is there.
Yeah, but it hit her. The netting is not.
Yeah.
It's a false sense of security because the ball still.
Yeah, you don't want to be right on top of that.
Yeah, Erica Tiscareno, I think it got her on the hand.
It did.
She's being looked at by a trainer right now.
Yes. You can't lean up against that netting. It's not.
I mean, you can. It's just not a good idea.
Right. It's hard not to, though.
1-1 to Garcia.
And that netting, I think it's new. It's a new rule this year that the dugouts have to have netting across the front of them.
Or steel cage fence,
Yes.
as we saw at Citrus.
2 balls and a
Hey,
strike.
that's what you'll see at Redwoods, too, so shh.
Wheeler rocks and fires. Off-speed pitch, a beauty in there for a strike. 2-2 on Garcia.
Garcia continues to struggle with that off speed. She completely fooled on that one.
And the body language is what got me.
Yeah,
Her body language after that pitch was just a frustration.
Much like we saw last time she struck out.
And when you're the pitcher, you like that.
Yeah.
2-2 rise ball lifted deep to left. Halliburton on the track. It's gone. Garcia turns it around. Takes the fastball out to left.
She took her anger out on that pitch right there. Whoa.
3-run home run as we look at the replay, and
All the way back.
ball up in the zone, and Garcia
Crushed it.
with the 3-run home run.
Coach, what kind of insight as a pitcher does Garcia have there, knowing what Wheeler's probably going to next? She's going to a rise ball that didn't rise enough. And
Right. That's the risk of the rise ball. If you miss, you're in trouble. If you don't miss, you strike her out. That's just the risk of throwing it. And I believe Coach Kraft, who just ran over to the dugout to talk to her team, I was trying to see what she was saying. I think she's telling Garcia, hey, nice hit, but hey, go warm up.
Yeah.
Go get in the pen right now. So I think that's what's going on.
Second home run of the season for Alicia Garcia. She had her struggles at the plate, but delivers maybe the biggest hit of the weekend for the Comets. And they lead it 4-2, trying to stay alive and force a decider at the conclusion of this game. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Bryn Miller. She's 0 for 2 today, popped out to first and flied to left.
I see no action in the bullpen, surprisingly.
Off-speed pitch, outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And right now,
Miller able to hold up.
Wheeler has to keep her composure. Sometimes a drive like that can rattle you a little bit, and she has to, flush it, move on.
Still only 1 out. Lined hard, but Halliburton there. Miller hits it on the screws,
She did.
but Halliburton makes the catch. 2 down, bases empty, and that brings up Delorier.
That was an Adam ball.
Right at him.
A Steinberg.
I'm still wondering why.
Yeah, no activity in the bullpen yet for Palomar. Meanwhile, we do have activity in the Mount SAC bullpen.
And that'll be Olvera
Olvera, yeah.
getting ready to go.
Jessica.
Appeared in game 1 of the series. And, of course, if you're the Mounties, you have to be thinking ahead, I imagine, to the possibility of another game. And Wheeler,
Saving Wheeler.
yeah, coming back out there. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Delorier. She's flied out twice.
I don't think you save anybody in this stage of the game.
Yeah, you gotta, you have to for sure. just
Although
get
Wheeler's
everything
over
out there.
200 innings for the year, and that's kind of my
Sky
number.
high to left, Halliburton under it and has it, but the Comets come back huge on a 3-run home run by Garcia. 3 runs on 2 hits. No errors, nobody left on base. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, Palomar leading it 4-2. You're watching the 3C2A Softball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Bottom of the 5th inning from Mount San Antonio College, and the Mounties now find themselves trailing 4-2. Hewen back in the circle, working to Caitlin Felina, Sierra Granado, and Michelle Benales. 2-3-4 in the order. Due up for the Mounties. A ball and no strikes on Felina, who's 1 for 1, a single and a sacrifice. Lays this one down, back to the circle. Hewen with the peg, but it gets by Delorier. It looked like the throw beat her, but Delorier couldn't quite handle it, and I suspect this is going to go down as an error.
I don't know. That's hardly routine and ordinary, which is what the rule book indicates, but I'm not.
Well, we'll see what the call is from Andrew Wheeler, the scorer today. And Hewen flashes the good arm as we'll take a look at the replay here. And Hewen gets it. You see Felina getting down the line very well. I think it's a ball that Delorier probably could have handled.
They gave it a hit. I think they gave it a hit.
Yeah, I think she was getting there anyway.
Yeah, I think it's just not routine and ordinary. It was a tough play, and usually when in doubt, it goes to the hitter.
So Felina with the base hit, and the leadoff hitter aboard, no balls and a strike. Granado,
It's only
1 for 2.
4 out of 5 innings to get the leadoff hitter aboard. Pretty good.
Well, you saw Wheeler put the leadoff runner aboard for the first time on the day in the top of the inning, and it came back to bite her in a major way with the 3-run homer by Garcia. Hewen, on the other hand, has been living dangerously the whole way, as you say. Leadoff hitter aboard in 4 of 5 innings.
Right,
Here's the 1-1 to Granado. Right to third, could be 2. Over to second for 1, the relay in time. 5-4-3. Garcia to Zamora to Delorier. That takes Felina off the base paths, 2 down. Base is empty, and here comes Benales.
That was a made-to-order double play ball. You don't see that a lot in softball because the bases are so close. But it was just perfectly executed and perfectly hit for that situation.
And Garcia having about as good a 5th inning as you can have, I would say, after hitting the home run in the top of the inning. And now a terrific play at the hot corner coming up with a hard hit ball and delivering a strike en route to the double play.
That's called redemption, Holmes.
1 ball and no strikes.
Is that what we call that? I call it master failure recovery.
He ain't lying.
I think they
no
mean
strikes.
the same thing. Or pretty close anyway.
Benales on the day has popped out and walked.
I stole that from Sue Enquist, the old UCLA coach, retired UCLA coach, who's amazing. She talked about mastering failure recovery. That's all this game is. That's all you have to do.
Hewen into the wind. Here's the pitch. Misses just outside. 3 balls and no strikes on Benales. Santiago waits on deck. It's been not just a back and forth game. It's been a back and forth weekend. A lot of ebb and flow here between the teams, and you just have the sense that we're not done here yet before it's all said and done. The strike makes it 3-1.
We would be foolish to think that we're all done right now.
No, it's true. Based on how this weekend has gone.
Yes, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster here at the state championship. So it should be. I love it.
Off-speed pitch. Roller to third. Garcia finishes off the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We head to the 6th. Palomar leading it 4-2. You're watching the 3C2A Softball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
We head into the top of the 6th, 4-2. Palomar on top of Mount SAC, looking to go 2 here force of 15th game of the weekend. Happy you've joined us, everyone. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of the 2018 3C2A Softball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff, Maggie White with you on today's call.
Yeah, this has been a great game.
It'll be Pignoni, Hewen, and Ladner due up this inning for the Comets.
And I believe it's Olvera on the mound.
Olvera is indeed in
Olvera.
the circle now. Got some numbers for you shortly.
I know it's her second appearance of the weekend. She came in the first game against Ohlone College and finished off the 2-1 win, getting the win, as a matter of fact.
This is the 18th appearance for Olvera. 74 innings pitched.
And just giving them a different look. And I keep wondering if, there is action in the bullpen over at Palomar, and it looks like Garcia is warming up. Been looking over there all day.
Finishing it up on Olvera, 46 Ks, 17 walks, an ERA of 2.18 on the season. Ahead right now on Pignoni, 1-2.
Pignoni's been money today.
She really has. Pignoni
in the field, up to bat, base running.
1 for 2 at the dish.
She's got the triple threat going on. These are the kind of hitters you hate to face.
1-2, Olvera just outside, ball 2. Palomar 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Mount SAC 2 runs on 5 hits, also no errors. And you'd expect that. Both teams very good defensively.
Yeah, these are two very good teams. I think they're the best teams here. I think.
First and 7th in terms of field percentage on the season, Palomar and Mount SAC respectively. That one fouled off. We'll do 2-2 again.
Yeah, I really think the championship format has gotten it right, and the two best teams left are playing, and that's what you like to see.
Garcia, in fact, warming in the bullpen
Didn't I
for
already
Palomar.
report that? Thanks for the confirmation, but I can.
Yeah, listen, we want
journalistic integrity is paramount here.
We want two sources here at SoCal College Sports.
It's going to be tough. Pignoni's going to get there with her wheels as it's chopped over to Granado. That's just a tough play and an infield single. 2 for 3 now on the day as Pignoni.
I played third base. Those plays are impossible. He's like, what am I supposed to do?
You need the wingspan of Yao Ming.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, what's worse though, being my height, is when it bounces over your head and they get a double out of it. You're like, oh.
I've never had to worry about that. It usually hits me right in the head.
No, he has not.
Hewen now
the batter.
That's
true. It probably hits you in the head.
For sure. So the leadoff hitter aboard for the Comets, looking to pad their lead here. Hewen off of the hands. It's going to be a tough play. This one spins away from Esquivel.
That ball had a lot of English on it.
Yeah, I was just going to say, ton of English on that one. It squirts away.
As soon as it bounces, and I don't know how they're going to score it, but as soon as it bounces, it always goes
straight
to
right.
That opposite that we
that's
talked about.
exactly what I believe it was. Jesse's time, or it might have been Steve Cassidy talking about the ball off the left-handed bat.
Right.
When it lands,
it will
It
takes a left turn, but the same thing with a righty.
Left.
If you have a righty up and it hits way, it has that spin. So as soon as it bounces, it just takes this right turn.
Yeah.
And so we always have our infielders kind of overrun. The slower it's hit, sometimes the worse it is. And I tell my players in practice all the time, attack the slow. Anything slow, you just attack it because it's going to eat you alive if you wait for it. And that's exactly what happened.
Well, the 2 first hitters aboard here for the Comets. And we'll have a pinch hitter, Megan Wacholtz.
Looks like they gave it a hit.
Yeah, 8th hit on the day for Palomar. And Wacholtz swinging at the first pitch. She pops it up. Felix with a beat on it. And some miscommunication in the outfield. Runner tagging. They got him in a rundown. Pignoni is going to be tagged out. And a base running gaff by the Comets may cost them a run here. Halliburton and Felix able to work things out in the outfield. We'll see the replay here. And again, terrific composure from Felix, getting that ball out of her glove and under duress there with Halliburton coming in. Neither one of them, I don't think, called each other off, and Felix able to make a play.
Right, but they were too close to third base to risk that. I like tagging and maybe making them thinking you're going.
Yeah.
That's a great thing to do, but actually going when they're
Yeah, it's an awfully
60
short
feet away
throw.
from you.
It's,
Yeah, it's too close of a play. If they're deeper back, maybe, but sometimes if they make a diving catch, you can get away with it. But that was
essentially a double play, quelling the rally by the Comets here in the top of the 6th, 1-1 now on Zamora.
Zamora started off last inning with just a great at-bat, getting walked, drawing the walk, and like you said, that's a mistake by Wheeler because you don't want to walk the 9-hitter to start off an inning.
You sense, too, that this is potentially a momentum kind of moment as well for the Mounties, who maybe were a little bit reeling after the bad break on the spinny ball, put 2 on with nobody out, and game slipping away from them, and instead now all of a sudden they're 1 out from getting out of the inning, and hey, we're still only down 2 coming to the bat in the bottom of the 6th.
Right. It's a base running mistake, and I like the risk. I like being aggressive, but sometimes you have to think about it.
Ringer up, Zamora down on K's, and we head to the bottom of the 6th, 4-2. The Comets up by a deuce. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of the 2018 3C2A Softball Championship. Garcia working in the bullpen, but it's going to be Hewen in the circle to start the bottom of the 6th. Mount SAC trailing it by 2. And at this point, everyone looking like we're going to go to the if necessary game here on day 4 of the 2018 Softball Championship.
I'm actually surprised that we didn't see Garcia start this inning and try to close him down. But with 5, 6, 7 coming up, it's really important to get this first out of the 6th inning when you have a lead and get it down to just 5 more outs.
Santiago, Halliburton, and Gutierrez due up. And Jeff, you pointed out off camera that 4 out of the 5 hits today for Mount SAC have come from the top of the lineup.
Yeah, if you're the Mounties here and you could even put a couple of runners on, get it to the top of the order to start that last inning, at least you got the hitters that you want coming up.
Right, and if you're Palomar, you're thinking, let's get through a 1 through 3 inning this inning, and then start next inning with 8, 9, 1.
Yeah.
And then that's a good situation for Palomar. The 2-run lead is not, by any means,
not at all.
It's not a giant lead. It's
not much of a cushion against a team
scary
like
lead.
Mount SAC. Mount SAC.
I'd rather be up 4-2 than down 4-2, but 2-run lead is not amazing.
They rank 5th in the 3C2A in home runs on the season. Does Mount SAC.
Not
Santiago. Not fooled by the off-speed,
fooled.
puts it into center field for a leadoff single here in the bottom of the 6th.
I got to tell you, that's a great piece of hitting because Hewen has not shown a lot of off-speed stuff today. And she tried to pull that out there and fool Santiago, but Santiago stayed back beautifully and roped it into center.
Yeah,
You think it was a matter of her telegraphing that?
Probably. Yeah, that was a clinic on how to hit a changeup is what that was, because it's so hard to do. To change that or she was sitting on it, which I doubt because we haven't seen it much.
Halliburton, now your batter. Leading the team in steals on the season is Halliburton, so you know she has some speed up the line, batting
Right.
.371. Likely going to see her in a bunting situation right now.
Well, she shows bunt. I don't know though. You're down 2. You don't.
Yeah, if she's bunting, I think she's bunting to try and get
Yes, exactly, just like that.
And
Yep.
it might happen here. Bang, bang, and she's safe.
Wow, close call at
Show
first.
that one again.
I don't know if we get the
Maddie, let's see if we can get 2 replays on that one.
Oh my goodness.
Here's
you have
the first
to give
one.
that a hit. Yeah.
It's very close here, but yeah, I think she beat it. Halliburton with a lot of speed, just talked about it, and right on cue, she beats
It's a
it
great
out.
bunt. You saw it popped up, it hit the ground and then popped up pretty high.
Give it a little air there.
Yeah,
It does exactly what you want.
And like you said, if she shows bunt, she's probably going to be trying to get a hit, and that's exactly what she was doing. It was a great bunt by Halliburton. I don't want to take that away.
So now you can think about, though, with Gutierrez,
Now
at the
you
plate,
bunt.
you can move
Bunt
him
with
over
Gutierrez for sure.
and see if you
Yes.
can get a base hit to the
Yeah,
outfield,
because
maybe
now
tie
you
this
take
one
away
up.
the force, and you're going to have your top coming up for the
Well,
next, bunt with Gutierrez for sure. I mean,
The strategy would suggest bunt. At the same time, Gutierrez, 6 home runs on the season. That's tied for tops on the team.
nope. You bunt. You don't play for the home run. Are you kidding me? You're playing for the home run. Just 6 on the year.
The situation calls for a 3-run home run.
Yes. Well, of course it does. I would hit a home run signal if I was the coach right now.
They should run that play.
Yes. Please hit a home run, Gutierrez. No, I would bunt. But that's
Swinging away.
Gets
Just
away.
trickles away.
well,
And
now
look
you
like
don't,
Miller-
now you
Second
don't have
and
to
third,
worry
you
about
don't need the bunt.
Yep.
I wonder if Miller maybe a little bit crossed
Now
up on that one. That was really right over the plate, and Miller
Well,
just got a little handcuffed and it
Right,
squirts away.
and it may have been like a inside pitch and it came outside and she was unexpecting it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the catcher looks bad because the pitcher missed their spot, but that was one of those deals where she needs to catch that.
1-0 Gutierrez,
Oh, my
launch
goodness.
pad to
She
left,
knows it!
right on cue.
You are the man.
I will take credit for that. Vicky Gutierrez, a 3-run bomb, 5-4. The Mounties shoot out past the Comets here in the bottom of the 6th.
Unbelievable. Dueling
Unreal.
3-run home runs for these teams, and now the Mounties are in front.
I believe I had that one, you two.
They hit a home run signal on cue by Coach Rojas there. She listened to us.
Yeah, they ran that play.
She got a speaker in her.
They ran it to perfection. Gutierrez, her 7th jack on the year.
And she knew it as soon as she hit it. The hand was up.
Oh, my goodness.
Hewen has been touched up for 5 runs here. 0.0 ERA coming in. And now the Comets up against it. Nobody out. We're still in the bottom of the 6th.
And that takes you back to the decision not to pull Hewen and bring in Garcia this inning with a 2-run lead.
And just like that,
She's
another
out.
hit.
Nope,
But
she's out.
Fisher
That's a great play.
with a great arm.
Yeah, got on that one quickly. Escobar, a little bit of bad luck there that she hit that ball so sharply out to right.
She hit it too well.
Well,
that
and
Fisher was right there and able to
and
get
it-
the out.
Fisher played it like an infielder. She looked like a shortstop out there making that play. There's no doubt about it.
And guys, I know that Palomar's only got 3 outs left, but it's still only a 1-run game.
Oh, exactly.
Triana Ramirez
And
now
for-
batting.
For Palomar, due up in the 7th inning. If you're looking ahead, the top of the order.
Uh-huh.
And that means Sarah Fisher up 2nd in the inning.
Yes. They will see Fisher.
Yeah, they might have
That's all they need.
You think they have a home run sign for her? It wouldn't shock me.
They should run that solo home run play. Or maybe the 2-run home run.
Depends who gets
The
on at
play.
the top of the 7th.
Villanueva
The
can get
solo
on.
home run play. Oh, my
Ramirez
goodness.
takes ball 1-0, and this one fought off
there for a
and
base hit,
in there
yeah.
for a base hit out to left.
I don't think she'll throw her out at first.
Probably not.
You didn't make that call too soon.
No, I didn't.
Good job. Nice hit by Ramirez, staying inside on the inside pitch.
The rally, Cal, on the hillside here. Broadcasting live from the campus of Mount San Antonio College, and the home team Mounties up 5-4, courtesy of a 3-run bomb from Vicky Gutierrez earlier in this inning. We might have a pitching
I
change
think
here.
the change is being made. She throws around a lot of changes with this. As Hewen will go to short.
We'll have a change in the action in the circle. It's likely going to be Garcia when we come back. terrific turnout here at Mount San Antonio College, and with good reason. It's the home team Mounties. 3 outs away now from a championship in 2018, runner-up last year to a team that ran the slate undefeated in Cyprus. Cyprus dispatched last night by these Palomar Comets, the top seed in the South. And the pitcher of the year in Southern California now in the circle for the Comets.
And we have 1 out in the 6th inning with a runner on first base in the top of the order. Felix up.
Felix, Felina, and Granado.
At this point, you can only hope to get these 1 and 2 out. And so when you come into the bottom, if you come back and score in the bottom of the 7th, you've broken up your meat of your lineup between 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
2-0 outside, 3-0 now on Carissa Felix.
And Garcia being brought in, it's tough to. She's probably not used to coming into a game and
in relief. No,
she's just kind of played a reverse role with Hugh in here, and it's difficult.
3-0 in there for strike 1.
Some pitchers are just better as starters, and some are better as relievers. They're all different, and some take a long time to warm up. Some take not very long to warm up, and we'll see what Garcia does here.
Well, the question that you were asking, why wasn't Garcia brought in at the beginning of the inning, and it comes back to haunt you. Ball 4.
Well, again, it's easier to be on this side of the backstop and make that call than it is to be on that side of the backstop to make that call.
Yeah, you would have had Vicky Gutierrez bunting.
Yeah, exactly. What do I know? And it was a no-brainer to me, too. Like, no, you bunt. You're too, to tie the ball game up and blah, blah, blah. But you just never know. So it's definitely something where
I think we will have done our job, though, if next year in the dugout you think to yourself, well, I could run that 3-run homer play in the same situation when you're out there. It's like, just as another play is a possibility.
Well, I give signals. I don't do the wristbands. I give actual signals, and my nothing signal, which means nothing, it's called hit a home run. So I do give the signal all the time.
Olvera now batting. She comes on for Felina. Felina was 2 for 2. First and second, only 1 out. Strike 1 taken by Olvera. Olvera also listed as a catcher. Actually, this is Jackie Olvera, not Jessica.
Is she in as a pinch hitter?
She is for Esquivel. Esquivel was 2 for 2 coming in.
Well, it's Felina's due up in the in the order right now.
Or I'm sorry, Felina was due up.
And she's 2 for 2 at the SAC.
She's 2 for 2. Excuse me. 0-2 just outside. Olvera batting .324 on the season, does have 2 home runs to her credit. Really break things open right here. 1-run lead, obviously not very safe against the likes of this Comet lineup. That one chopped foul off of Olvera. Jackie and Jessica, something tells me they're sisters.
It's a safe guess.
I'm ready to step out and make that call.
Not really a stab in the dark, but good job.
No.
Just a stab.
1-2.
Oh, wow.
Off speed, high, ball 2. That was very close.
Too close to take, in my opinion.
This one low and away. The count now full, and the buzz and electricity palpable here.
And now with 1 out, the question is, does Ruby Rojas want to put the runners in motion on a full count with 1 out?
3-2. Off speed, a ringer up. Garcia comes through. 2 gone here, bottom of the 6th.
I would call that strike 4 if I was coaching for Palomar right now. But we're over here, we don't have the best angle, so.
We have several angles. We have 4 of them to be exact.
That's true. That's true with these awesome monitors in here.
First pitch on Granado. Did she go around? No, she did not.
Keep an eye on Ramirez at second on a base hit to the outfield. Very good arms at all 3 positions in the outfield for Palomar.
They're playing very deep, too.
That pitch in there, strike 1. Ramirez, pretty good speed, 7 stolen bases on the season, so indicates to me she does have some wheels out there.
And I'll tell you, this is the way the game has changed for the most is how deep the outfielders have to play with these new bats.
Swing and a miss. Garcia pulls the string, and it's a beauty. 1 and 2.
Pitch. That was a great pitch. You see Garcia.
And Granado's giving her a
be,
smile, just like, that's a good one. She got me.
Yeah, and Garcia might just starting to feel confident again.
Yeah.
Getting in the groove.
1-2, chop foul. Right at Ruby Rojas.
Ruby Rojas showing some athletic ability getting out of the way there.
What's wrong?
This game is just not disappointing in the excitement arena here. With the 1-2 count, and she's just threw a changeup. She's got to come probably
and
up.
it looked like she came back with a rise ball.
Yes.
1-2, and that one hit foul. Delorier giving chase, but unable to get there.
And still the 1-2. I may want to come back with a changeup at this point. She's seen 2 other pitches since then, and even if the changeup doesn't work, you have 2-2 then, and then you have her set up for something else. And mixing up the speeds is really key at this point in the game and this point in the lineup.
1-2, foul again.
Well, she's out in front of the rise ball right now, and you got to imagine that a changeup could be very effective here.
It can be, but with runners on base and it scrolls away, there's so many things that it can do to make it not great.
It's the little things, the small factors that play such a big key.
It's my favorite pitch to call, so of course I want it, but it's different for everybody.
1-2, fastball, hit out to left.
Nice play by
Great catch
Hewen.
there by Hewen, calling off Pignoni. And we head to the top of the 7th. 3 more outs possibly on the season for Palomar.
1, 2, 3 coming
Meat
up.
of the order due up when we come back. The filet mignon of the Comet order due up this inning. Villanueva, Fisher, and Garcia, 2 of those 3 players. Home runs on the day. The biggest, Garcia's back in the 5th. Getting things started off was Fisher in the 1st.
Olvera did close out the victory over Ohlone in Game 1 of the weekend, so not completely unfamiliar territory, albeit slightly more pressure at this moment.
Right, exactly, but I do think that she has played this role all year long, and so she's ready to come in, and they haven't seen her yet this game.
Villanueva takes strike one.
Couple of rise balls to start, and she's going right after Villanueva here. The last thing you want is a runner on base when Sarah Fisher does come to the plate.
She's
Due up
definitely
next.
going after her. And Villanueva hasn't seen her, and so that makes it, Villanueva now taking strike one, trying to get her timing and get her situated with the AB.
1-1. Ooh, just misses.
Happens all the time.
Mark Corus
Crowd didn't like it, but that's okay.
behind the plate, the home plate umpire today.
2-1. Swing and a miss. Olvera throws it right by her.
See the off balance there. Because she's adjusting to the pitcher, that's why it's so effective to bring him in late in the game and show something different.
Villanueva is a .480 hitter on the season, but now 2-2. Olvera ready. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Villanueva down on strikes. Now the Mounties 2 outs away.
It's a great sequence by
But
Olvera
here comes
there.
Fisher.
Yeah, but. Well, Fisher hasn't seen her either, and there is adjusting even when you're great.
11 for 15 on the weekend
You have to make the adjustment.
for Sarah Fisher. Olvera ready.
Strike one.
Wow. Paints the outside corner.
That's okay. They need to. Fisher's going to be aggressive here. Anything close, she's going to drive.
Olvera ready. Chopped up the first base line, but just foul, and Fisher didn't look entirely comfortable on that swing.
She was going with the pitch, and it was, I think, a little further outside than she anticipated.
No balls and 2 strikes the count on Sarah Fisher.
I like this kid's approach with their at-bats, though. Let's see how she bounces with 0-2.
Olvera ready. Here's the pitch. Bounces it in there, a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, Sarah Fisher just doesn't strike out. Only 4 Ks on the year in 156 at-bats.
Oh, man, that's
So,
amazing.
A strikeout here from Olvera would be absolutely monumental.
Yes, it would.
The 1-2 to Fisher. Bouncing ball to short. Big hop for Felix. Guns it across in time. See if we get the replay there. That was bang bang as Fisher was really getting down the line.
Fisher's so fast.
Both sides reacting. And here is the replay. And very close. David Veratos, the first base umpire, and he's in good position. And
I think Fisher made it a lot closer than
a game of inches to
umpire
be sure, and now
expected.
it's 2 down, and the Mounties so very close last year. They made it to Championship Sunday.
And that was a great game.
And
Just
they had
did
it-
not have an answer for a Cypress College team that ended up taking home their 9th championship. This year so far, they've had all the answers. Do they have one more? 1 ball and no strikes on Garcia. Of course, I imagine we needn't remind you what Garcia did her last time up. The 3-run home run
The clutch.
gives them a 4-2 lead. The Mounties fought back with a 3-run home run by Gutierrez, and it's 5-4. Off speed, outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Are they pitching around her right now? I don't know why you would bring the winning run to the plate.
Yeah, I guess technically it'd be the go-ahead run in this.
Slow
Particular
down,
format,
Coach White.
but-
It's only 2-0, but that's what I'm starting to think in my head.
You don't want to open the door for the 2-run home run play.
No, you don't.
Bryn
The
Miller on deck.
Here's the 2-0. Garcia tried to hold up, but she went around. 2 balls and a strike.
Oh, speaking of the home run play for Bryn Miller, she does have 2 home runs on the year.
I hate those swings on 2-0 counts. In 2-0, you're looking for a certain pitch, and you go hard
Yeah,
or
you're looking
nothing
dead red.
at all.
Yeah.
Dead. Yeah, you do not swing or take an offering like that. If it's like that, just let it go. It's going to be a strike anyway, right?
Garcia ready. Rise ball outside. Now 3 balls and a strike. Olvera working carefully, and You have to believe after watching the last at bat, it's not exactly like she can groove one here to
No,
try and keep
not.
Garcia off base.
Not at all.
Here we go, the 3-1 to Garcia. Rise ball, driven foul.
Hit over to the baseball field.
That was the 5-all swing from Garcia, but she was well out in front of that one. And now it's a full count.
This is her biggest at-bat of her career here, I'm sure. And, full count, timeout by Rojas.
I'm nervous standing up here watching it.
This is a good situation for Garcia. It's always fun to get in this position and show some confidence. She's a great player.
Now, we're talking a little bit about that. It seems like a strange time for a mound visit with the bases empty and a 3-2 count.
Well, maybe there's something she wanted to tell her that real quick that maybe she saw, or, keep it in, keep it out, something, off the plate. I don't know.
Something specifically to
Something
the at-bat
specific to
happened.
the situation that she sees that maybe we're not seeing up here.
Here's the 3-2 from Olvera. Back to the circle. The Mounties are the 2018 3C2A softball champions. Guys, we talked about a lot of teams, a lot of players this weekend, and all the Mounties did was just come here and keep winning.
That's all they did. All they did is win. All they did was score touchdowns.
They get a little bit of the Bull Durham. They threw the ball, they caught the ball, they hit the ball.
And they didn't lollygag around the infield.
Vicky Gutierrez, the hero right now. 3-run bomb in the bottom of the 6th off of a pitcher that had been previously unhittable the entire season coming into today. Just you talk about the approach from SAC, and they struggled on day one versus Ohlone in a 2-1 win that could have gone either way. And that was Santiago with her first home run on the weekend. But this is a team that battles adversity like no other. And credit to the Comets. Palomar fought back themselves, a 3-run jack by Alicia Garcia in the top of the 5th, but Mount SAC would not be denied.
Yeah, I just think you have to be so impressed with the way the Mounties, just in all phases of the game. Brianna Wheeler and Olvera teaming up in the circle, but the way they were consistent in the field and the timely hitting topped off by the home run by Gutierrez in the bottom of the 6th. We are going to have coverage of the trophy presentation for you here on SoCal College Sports. And, of course, we're going to look to have a couple of interviews, try to get Ruby Rojas. I imagine we're going to try to get Vicky Gutierrez, get a few of her thoughts about the massive home run that she hit. So we'll have a lot coming up in our post-game coverage. The Mount San Antonio College Mounties are the 2018 3C2A softball champions. Stick around.
2018 champion in the 3C2A. Ruby Rojas, Mount San Antonio College prevails, a runner-up a year ago.
Like to thank Darcy Brunel,
what a game, what a performance, and Vicky Gutierrez, a 3-run bomb to win it in the bottom of the 6th. Talk about her approach at the plate.
You know what? She was due. She was due for a hit, and she really wanted it, and we were even actually going to try to bunt her, but we said, you know what, let's go ahead and have her hit, and it worked.
Talk about this team's overall approach. You're going up against a hitter, 0.0 ERA coming in on the season. Allie Hewen was lights out. Lisa Garcia had struggled throughout the week. You knew they had her in the pen, but you kind of got after her, and Hewen, seemed unhittable. What's your approach? What's your game plan coming in?
You know what? You got to give it to them. Yes, they're great pitchers, but we had a strategy. We always tell them you're only one swing away from a great hit. So it only takes one pitch to get a good hit.
Ruby, congratulations again, Mount SAC, your 2018 champion here in the 3C2A.
Finalist team are runners-up in the 2018 CCCAA. Number 2, Kylie Pignon. Number 3, Audrey Braun. Number 4, Samantha Wise-Spirits. Number 5, McKenna Crawford. Number 6, Alicia Garcia. Number 7, Jillian Zamora. Number 8, Bryn Miller. Number 9, Megan Wackles. Number 10, Emily Burrow. Number 11, Kiana Villanueva. Number 12, Alina Hernandez. Number 13, Sarah Fisher. Number 14, Jordan Laudner. Number 15, Shay Lane. Number 21, Samantha Gonzalez. Number 22, Allie Hewen. Number 23, Samantha Smith. Number 25, Blessings Amituani. And number 36, Alyssa Reyes. And number 38, Crystal Delorier. At this time, we would like to recognize the Palomar College coaching staff and ask them to please come forward to accept the team trophy as a 2018 finalist in the CCCAA Softball Championship. Head coach Lacey Kraft. She's assisted by Mark Eldridge, Marissa Valdez, Agrista Belford, and Callie Pugh. Congratulations once again to Palomar College for their outstanding season. Now for your 2018 CCCAA State Softball Champions, the Mount San Antonio College Mounties. Accepting their medals in numerical order. Number 1, Elisa Perez. Number 2, Nikki Soto. Number 5, Michelle Santiago. Number 6, Sasha Allen. Number 7, Erica Eklund. Number 8, Candace Halliburton. Number 10, Adriana Ramirez. Number 13, Erica Tiscareno. Number 14, Amanda Esquivel. Number 17, Gabby Estrada. Number 18, Jessica Olvera. Number 19, Nautica Rivera. Number 12, Caitlin Felina. Number 21, Michelle Banales. Number 22, Carissa Felix. Number 23, Vicky Gutierrez. Number 24, Jackie Olvera. Number 32, Brianna Wheeler. Number 34, Sierra Granado. And number 44, Ronnie Gallegos. Mount SAC finishes the 2018 season with a 41-7 record. And now, will head coach Ruby Rojas come forward and accept the 2018 California Community College Athletic Association Softball State Championship Trophy. Let's all get a round of applause for her assistant coaches, Jim Bollier, Alex Mascarenas, and Jessica Vogel. At this time, it is now time to announce our all-tournament team and our MVPs. First, the all-tournament teams. In the outfield, from El Camino College, Carla Calderon. From College of San Mateo, Ali Steins. From Palomar College, Sarah Fisher. And from Mount San Antonio College, Caitlin Felina. Our catchers, from Cypress College, Kelly Ross. And from Mount San Antonio College, Michelle Santiago. In the wild card slot, from Sierra College, Amarissa Medina. And from Palomar College, Kylie Pignon. In the infield, from El Camino College, Diamond Lewis. From Cypress College, Sydney McCollum. From Mount San Antonio College, Carissa Felix. And from Palomar College, Crystal Delorier. In the pitcher category, from College of San Mateo, Lauren Quirk. From Palomar College, Allie Hewitt. And from Mount San Antonio College, Brianna Wheeler. And now for the Big Four Awards. The Golden Glove recipient from this year's 3C2A state champions, a sophomore shortstop from Cypress College, Sydney McCollum. The best hitter who led all hitters this weekend with a .613 average, a freshman right fielder from Palomar College, Sarah Fisher. The most valuable pitcher, a sophomore from Mount San Antonio College, Brianna Wheeler. And your 2018 most valuable player, a sophomore catcher from Mount San Antonio College, Michelle Santiago. Let's get one big final round of applause for both Palomar College and Mount San Antonio College and all of our participants in this weekend's 2018 California Community College Athletic Association State Softball Championships. Once again, a big shout out to the staff of Mount San Antonio College, the California Community College Fast Pitch Coaches Association, and everyone's help from the 3C2 office who made this wonderful event possible. Ladies and gentlemen, we please ask that you remain off the playing surface. Your student athletes will be up shortly to come celebrate with you.
And then am I bringing the camera back up or we're leaving it here?
The 2018 3C2A softball championship is in the book. And the winner, your host school, Mount San Antonio College, with a 5-4 win here on day 4 of the championship over Palomar, the top seed in the South. And everyone, just a fantastic week. A lot of drama, a lot of gritty performances, and tournament MVP, Michelle Santiago.
Yeah, amidst all the incredible finish, it was Santiago that really keyed the start for the Mounties with the big 2-run homer against Ohlone, and then the grand slam in their second game as well to really get them started in their victory and really get them on the road to the championship here. So great recognition of the fact that Santiago, a huge performance, and then the other players stepped up, picked it up as they went along as well, and the Mounties, just a tremendous team effort.
Yeah, it was definitely a team effort for them, and I love the way Santiago was so surprised by getting the, tournament MVP. Me? What? That was kind of cute, and it kind of shows you that she's a team player as well, and that's what I like to see in a lot of kids.
I think there were some cases to be made. Vicky Gutierrez, you probably could have made a case for her getting MVP with the 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. That ends up being the game winner for Mount SAC. But, again, terrific performances all around. And how about Mount SAC? Just unbelievable throughout the weekend. They don't drop a game, and they're your champion here in 2018. That'll do it for our coverage here from Walnut, California. Thanks to everyone who helped set us up for success here at Mount San Antonio College. Debbie Cavion, Joe Jenham, Kenny Walter, Andrew Wheeler, Associate Athletic Director.
Maggie White.
Oh, I was getting there.
I'm not an athletic director. Slow down.
I just got to...
They've been trying to get me to do it. I'm not doing it.
Andrew, one of the athletic directors at Citrus College. And Citrus College, one of the host sites.
Is a great job,
our auxiliary site here for a couple games on day 2. And our crew, of course, Emery Johnson, Matt Henson, Ryan Wilmore, Chase McIntyre, Jorge Cepeda.
Yeah.
I miss anybody?
Carlo Carter,
there we go.
George Martigakis at the 3C2, and of course without them, none of this would be
Mike
possible.
Robles.
To bring them. Mike
Our
Robles, of
softball
course.
coach association.
Steve Cassidy and Jesse Steinberg as well for joining us on the broadcast throughout the weekend. Can't thank them enough for taking their time and coming in and offering their expertise. And we really enjoyed having them, and of course having you, Maggie, as well on the broadcast. And it was a lot of fun. I think that's almost everybody.
I think
there's always somebody we forget, but
has the Academy music come on yet?
They're gonna
kick us off the stage.
They're gonna play us off. They would play us off, except it's up to us.
They're flashing the light in the background, and that'll do it for our coverage. For Jeff Stornoff, Maggie White, I am Mike Cepeda signing off. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. See you next week up in Fresno.